What's up, guys? How are you? Happy Tuesday. Welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast with me, Matt Perrault at Sports Talk Matt. To follow me across all socials. And this podcast is being brought to you by omahasteaks.com. Juice in the search bar right now, 50% off going on for their site-wide, semi-annual, 50% off savings going on right now at omahasteaks.com. Juice gets you $30 off additionally from your order at omahasteaks.com. Juice in the search bar. Okay, so welcome to Iceville. Not good. 0-3 last night. So 1-4 on Sunday, 0-3 on Monday. I go back and tell myself that Friday we went 3-0 and we went 2-1-2 on Saturday. So we were up 4 units heading into Sunday, and then we lost 3.1 and then we lost 3.4. So yeah, up 4, down 6.4. Not good. Down 2.4 units over the last 4 days. That is a bummer. So if you want to fade these picks, I will not be offended. These are bets I have made tonight, but I am obviously not seeing the board very well, and I am off to a bad start in the NFL. Most of you got 3 last night. So most of you went 0-2-1 if you bet the podcast picks from last night. I bet 2. Joe Burrow did play. Joe Burrow did not play well, as I thought he would not play well, but just too many mistakes. Week 3 is something we got to take note of, or I had to take note of. Week 3 really is the prove it week. And I backed 2 bad teams in week 3. I backed the Bucs and I backed the Rams. That was my fault. Those were not good bets. Plus 11 wasn't enough. It almost was, but it wasn't enough. The under was the bet in both games. Primetime unders. I mean, Thursday is Detroit at Green Bay. Might as well bet the under now. It's crazy. I mean, primetime unders this year are just an absolute thing. So I don't know why offenses are not scoring in primetime. They're just not for whatever reason. But, you know, that's a bummer start to the week, down 3.4 units as we put ourselves into a nasty hole. It is a totals Tuesday. So I'll give you 2 bets, 2 totals here on Tuesday. I'm going to turtle a little bit here, okay? When I get off to a really rough start and I'm cold, I don't push my luck, okay? Just kind of, I shrink. I shrink the number of games I'm betting. I pull back, and then I try to just slowly get hot again and slowly pick up the board and pick up seeing things differently, knowing the coin will turn at some point. College football, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Get back to it. Let's see if we can make up for the downfalls and the deficiencies here in the NFL. But that is a nasty start. It's a 9-17 start to the NFL. Not good. 21-12, college, much better. But it doesn't take the sting out of it by any means as to how things are going. Hockey is coming, though, amazingly enough, right? Hockey, basketball. We're almost there, but, you know, we waited all summer for football and get off to a rough start. So got to climb out of that hole for the NFL. Long season, though, so got some time to make it up. Before I give you the baseball picks for today, let's talk about the new BettingPros app. Have you guys downloaded it yet? Right now, go to the App Store. Download the new BettingPros app. New features like a community tab, a following feed, bet tracking, prop bet hit rates, the prop bet cheat sheets, what I use to pull down the prop bets for the Sunday live stream. Went 3-1 on that last week. So if you want to take a look at prop betting, the prop bet cheat sheet's really cool. It can tell you an over percentage and under percentage. You can find the right balance between value and trend. It'll give you bet signals to tell you what bet has been placed by what person you are trailing on the app. Check it out, the all-new BettingPros app. Download the BettingPros app in the App Store today. Okay, 2 baseball bets, a totals Tuesday. There is a game that we bet with the same 2 pitchers. Now, this game was in Miami. Now, this game's in New York. But Marlins Mets. Total was 8 the first time. Total was 8 this time. 4-3 was the final because the bullpens got a little shaky. But I'm going to bank on the bullpens not being shaky. Might burn me. I'm cold. Just missing things by 1 or 2, slivers. But here's where we are. Braxton Garrett with a 2.52 ERA on the road. He's 6-2 this year on the road. 3-1 over the last 4 starts for him. He went 6 innings and 0 earned runs given up against the Mets at home in his last start. This Lucchesi kid that's come up for the Mets, he lost 4-3 in that game, but it wasn't his fault. He went 5 2/3, gave up 2 earned runs in 5 2/3 of innings worth of work. Now, you can bet the Marlins money line at minus 126. I think they win. You can bet Marlins first 5, which is minus 124 money line on the Marlins to win in the first 5. I don't mind that. But the Marlins are 41, 33, and 1 to the under on the road this year. They are 4th in fewest runs scored on the road in Major League Baseball. The Mets are 45, 26, and 4 to the under at home, and they are 20th in runs scored at home. So they don't score. The Marlins are 4th worst in runs scored on the road. Garrett against Lucchesi. The total is 8, minus 115. I'm going to bet the under. Under 8, Marlins Mets. Watch them score 7 runs in the first inning. The way that I've been running. Just the way that I've been going. Again, you can fade these bets if you want. Mets, Marlins, under 8. Same bet we made a week ago, basically. Under 115. It was a 4-3 final the last time. Let's see if we get a 2-1 final or something like that with a big pitcher's duel here between the Marlins and the Mets. The Marlins need the game, and the Mets know it. So, under 8, Marlins and the Mets. Bet number 2, Atlanta is hosting Chicago. Chicago needs this. Atlanta really doesn't, but they're still scoring a bunch of runs and playing well. Atlanta, they've scored 5.85 runs per game at home. That's one of the best in Major League Baseball. The Cubs score 4.8 runs per game on the road. That's pretty good. Something's going on with Steele. He's been awful the last 2 starts. Maybe because he lost the Cy Young and he was just kind of like, I don't know, lost his edge. 12 earned runs given up in his last 9 innings worth of work. The final scores 13-7 and 6-4 in his last 2 starts. Bryce Elder going for the Braves, 3.26 ERA, 7-1 at home with a 277 opposing batting average. His last 3 starts have gone 6-5, 9-6, 8-2. Everyone's at 9.5 except for DraftKings, which I hope you guys get to this before they move it. It's minus 120, but it's 9. It's a solid number, and I think there's a real good chance that we see a lot of offense here between the Braves and the Cubs. First game in Chicago was 8-0. Didn't go over 9, but the Braves scored 8 runs. And then the other 2 games flew over that. Now, that's at Wrigley. This is in Atlanta. But in Atlanta, we're still seeing offense, okay? Day off yesterday for the Braves, so they should be rested and good to go. Heading into this big matchup, I am super interested to watch and see how the Cubs play. So in case you guys don't know, at the start of play here tonight for Major League Baseball, we are in a barn burner of a race. The Rays are trailing the Orioles by 3 games in the loss column, 2.5 games back. The Rangers are leading the Astros by 2.5 games, 3 games in the loss column. The Mariners, who lost to the Astros last night, they're 4 games back. They are 4 games in the loss column. The Mariners, they are leaking oil. I'm not so sure they're going to make the postseason, but they might be able to get there. They're a game and a half back. The Blue Jays are a game and a half up on the Astros, 2 in the loss column. Mariners are 3 games back in the loss column. 3 teams for 2 spots in the American League wildcard race. The National League race, the Cubs are tied with the Diamondbacks. D-backs lost to the Yankees yesterday. Kind of a crazy game. They were leading in the 8th inning and then they blew it. 82 and 74, identical records. Put the Phillies in. They're in. Marlins are 81 and 75. They're 1 game back of Chicago and Arizona. The Reds are 80 and 77. They're 2.5 games back of those teams. Awesome, awesome races. Marlins need it. Cubs need it. Let's see how it plays out here over the next couple of days. You can bet Marlins money line. You could bet Cubs money line if you want, but I'm just going to bet 2 games. If I find something else that I like, and there might be a game that I like, I will put it in the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat. But for now, I'm just going with 2 totals on a Totals Tuesday. Under 8, Marlins Mets, minus 115. Over 9, minus 120 for the Cubs and the Braves. There might be others. I wish I could bet the Dodgers, but it's a doubleheader. I can't do it. I can't bet doubleheaders, but Dodgers game 1 over. Not crazy. Coors against the Rockies. The Dodgers on the road. Best road team in baseball. We'll wait till tomorrow. But tomorrow, absolutely tomorrow, we'll be betting the over for the Dodgers and the Rockies. Total is probably somewhere around 11 would be my guess. 11 or 12. Noah Davis going for Colorado. We don't yet who know who's going for the Dodgers, but that's a game that on Wednesday we'll bet over there. But I don't know. Chase Anderson against Colorado. It's early start, 12 time Pacific time, 3:10 for game one. I've just told myself I'm not betting doubleheaders at all. But if you want an extra bet, that's one bet you can make. Dodgers on the road against the Rockies. But for now, we're going under 8 Mets Marlins, over 9 for the Cubs and the Braves. Hopefully we can, turn this around, get a 2-0 mark up on the board, take a dent out of that awful start on Monday, and then head towards the weekend with football on the horizon. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. Every single morning, it is the Daily Juice Podcast being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com.